Hi, it's Lisa. I have a Stampin' Up order to share with you today. Let's look at the stamp sets first. This one was one that a friend ordered. It's a new set called Thankful Thoughts. So it has lots of greetings and regular thank yous to put on your cards. I ordered several sets, including birthday blooms. These are the cling stamps, as was that last set. So they're rubber stamps, and then you just put them on a acrylic block to stamp them. So these, I find, they take up less space and you can get a little more precise stamp, and they're really a very nice option. I plan to use this one with my old watercolor crayons. I have all of those crayons and I haven't used them as much lately, and I think this is a good one to color for me because it's not super detailed, because coloring is not my best event, and I work better if it's not super detailed. Nor is this one. There is some detail here, but I don't think I have to be excessively detailed with this. Also, I can do this without coloring. It's called In This World. It's a brand new set for this catalog. It reminds me of some of the Tim Holtz sets, but it of course comes in the cling, which some of his do as well. What I liked about these is I thought these images worked well for that style, as well as for just regular kinds of cards and things. I mean, I think the store, you could maybe even use that with for Christmas with the wreath, and just not use some of these architectural drawing kind of things. There's a pretty butterfly, and then there's some good greetings that go along with it as well. This is a clear stamp set, or what I call a clear stamp set. What Stampin' Up refers to as photopolymer. It is photopolymer, and I have experimented with it already because I've found that not all photopolymers are created equal when it comes to stamping. Some brands I think work really well, and others just don't pick up the ink super great. This one is doing quite well. I've experimented with a few of my different inks, and I'm getting some good images there. I'll soon be doing a card with this, so I'll probably have a video coming. It has, of course, lots of flower images, and sort of you can put things together since you can see exactly where you're stamping. And it's a brand new set called Blooms and Wishes. I did one background stamp. This is the first time I've done a Stampin' Up background stamp that wasn't wood mounted. It's also a cling mount, and it's called hardwood. So you get this beautiful design. One little tip, I just kind of do not what I say, not what I do, but what I say. When I was putting when you get these, let me show you on this one. You have to sort of put things together. You have to take the words or image or whatever it is and put it over the rubber part. So you're sort of doing a little bit of assembly there. And when I did this one, it's a really large piece to put on. I got some air bubbles in there. Now, I'm probably going to turn this upside down and press my paper to it whenever I stamp it, so it's probably not going to make any difference, but be careful with that when you're doing the really large ones. I don't have any problem with any of the other sizes, but I wasn't as smooth when I put the clear part on this stamp to assemble it. But I have a wood grain from Hero Arts, and it's a more stylized one. This is a very realistic looking wood grain, so I'm anxious to give that one a try. And I think I can use that for scrapbook pages as well as cards. I got a free set this time. This is a Hostess set called Love You Lots, with lots of cutesy little things. This is the kind of set that is fun to get for free. It's probably not something I would buy, but I think it's just adorable, with the porcupines and the elephant and that sort of puzzled looking frog and the ladybugs. So it's a really cute set, and it's also the cling set. So those were all the stamps that I got. I have a couple of inks. Daffodil Delight, which I already had, but my ink pad was running low, so I decided to just go ahead and get one of the new ink pads. And Calypso Coral is a color that I have not had with Stampin' Up before. Got a couple of things off the clearance rack. Love to get trims off the clearance rack because Stampin' Up gives you a lot of trim in a pack. And when you get it off the clearance rack, of course, you get a really good price. It's not a bad price at regular price. It's just you get so much of it that it feels like, oh, I'm spending $7 or $8 or something for this roll of trim, and I'm not going going to use it all. This was $2.40, I think, for 5 yards of this pom-pom fringe. It's a little bit larger scale fringe than I might have expected. It would be good for packages, and I think I can still use this on scrapbook pages. Cards, it's probably going to be a little bit too heavy for, but it's a really good quality trim in the real red color. This was also on the clearance rack in silver. I believe they had it in gold as well. A beautiful little fine trim, and you get 10 yards of this in a pack, and I don't remember what it cost, but it was very reasonably priced. Now, in regular price stuff, I got some of their new delicate doilies, or they're new to me. I don't know if these are brand new in the catalog or not, but they're called delicate doilies, and I love the small size of them. Just really dainty things that you can use on scrapbook pages or on cards. Now for paper, I did 2 things with paper. Well, besides just, you know, getting some plain white cardstock and stuff like that, I got some in color paper. This is the 2015 to 2017 in colors, so these actually came out last year, but they're new to me. This first one is Watercolor Wonder. So it's more of a corally color. You get 4 sheets of 12 by 12 in a pack of that. And then the green is Cucumber Crush, so a very bright, almost Crayola green there. And then this gold is the Dijon. This was one of the colors I was most interested in. It's called Delightful Dijon. It's a little more intense gold than I had expected, so I'm not sure whether I'm gonna love this or not. We'll just see. It's either going to be a color I love and use a lot, or it's going to kind of hang out in the drawer. So we'll just have to find out. This is a new taupe that they have called Tip Top Taupe. It's a very gray taupe. So I got 4 sheets of that. And then this was my favorite color out of the end colors, Mint Macaroon. No surprise there, because that's my favorite color anyway, is this blue green color. This is the kind I would have loved to be able to buy like a whole pack of just this color in 12 by 12, but they don't sell it that way. So I've got some new colors then to play with. The other paper I got was their 12 by 12 craft cardstock. Now they used to sell a lot of individual colors as 12 by 12, including crumb cake, which is what I consider craft and what they used to call craft. They don't do that anymore. They just sell a couple of things in 12 by itself in 12 by 12. They added this craft paper, and it says in the catalog that it's heavier than the regular cardstock. It may be. I can't prove that. You know, just take a stack of it and weigh it, but I know it's not as sturdy. This is the regular cardstock, and this is the craft. And to me, it's a lot flimsier, in that it just doesn't have the body that the regular cardstock has. It kind of reminds me of the paper that you get sometimes wrapping up something in your packaging. It's heavier than most of that kind of thing is, but not really that much. It's really kind of like a brown paper, and so I'm not super excited about this. I wanted it for scrapbook pages, but now I'll probably use it for some, but it doesn't have the body that I like to have in the background of my scrapbook pages. So it's not bad, but it's not something, not quite what I was looking for in terms of craft cardstock. But otherwise, I'm very pleased with the fun things I got off of the clearance rack, the doilies, and lots of new stamps to use. So I hope you'll stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming where I'll get to use some of these. I hope to use some of these on scrapbook pages as well as cards. Thanks so much for joining me today.